Hey everybody, Kyle here. My current studio has incredibly limited space. I don't really have a single square centimeter that can really go to waste. Every chunk of space is important to me and has to be used optimally. And I had this old shelf that was hideously ugly, and it just felt like as I was putting jars in, there'd be that one little space that was like 1 centimeter too small to fit in another jar, and it was just a big waste of space. So what I did several years ago was meticulously measure out the dimensions of all of the supplies I typically use, and I built custom shelving that perfectly fit the jars I was using. And it was perfect, and it was very efficient, and it took a lot of time and a lot of work, but I had it. And then a few months later, one of the companies that I frequently use changed the size of their jars, and the whole system was useless. And I decided to just be lazy, and I got some of the resin shelving, the kind that just have the base and then the poles and then the other base, and there's no sides, there's no back, so if something doesn't quite fit in, you can just shove it over a bit and it'll kind of sit in the overhang and it's fine. And it was less money and it was less work and it's more flexible. So I think that, as important as that is for a studio thing, to just keep your options flexible and keep your options open, I think it also relates to an artist's life and working methodology in general, and that if you try to come up with a too specific of a solution, it loses flexibility, and when things change, suddenly what used to be a solution is now a new problem. Whereas if you can come up with more general, open-ended solutions, they'll apply to more things more often. If you're too focused on one thing, it makes it very easy to lose sight of something else that might happen. So just, yay for flexibility. Don't get stuck in any one way of thinking or working or even storing things, because change can happen and it might not happen where you will expect it to happen.